Hi folk, Michael here. Personal finance is a passion of mine, and while holidaying here in the Caribbean over spring break, I thought this would be the perfect time to tell you about how you could legally never pay taxes ever again. Many countries offer people, especially foreign non-residents, ways to obtain residency or citizenship. These Citizenship by Investment or CBI programs attract foreign financial capital into these countries, usually through you making a one-time donation to a specific government fund or buying specific property. You make significant financial contributions to the economy in return for citizenship or potentially just residence. So, they attract investment and stimulate economic growth, and you get a passport or tax residency. A win-win, as you'll see. Several of the most famous programs are right here in the Caribbean, and here I am in St. Kitts and Nevis. So apparently there's, on a good day, you can see St. Bart's and San Martin, as well as some other islands, which offers one of the most competitive programs. No income tax, no inheritance tax, no capital gains, no wealth tax. You get the benefits of residency without having to even set foot in the country to maintain it. Of course, if you're a foreign national, you'll still owe whatever to your foreign government, but really, only the US and Eritrea use worldwide taxation. So, as long as you don't fall into your home country's tax residency, usually a significant present test, like the number of months per year, but do check, then you're golden. For instance, I fall into the US tax system, but I do not fall into the Irish tax system, simply being I do not work in Ireland and I also do not spend a significant amount of time in Ireland. So I do not owe taxes to Ireland, I only owe taxes to the US. Now there is a dual tax treaty between Ireland and the US, so if I was to work in Ireland, I would probably be paying the Irish tax, and the fact that Irish tax is typically more than the US means I wouldn't be paying it in the US. But on the other case, if I was, let's say, working in Ireland for long enough, so I was falling into the Irish tax residency, because it's higher tax, I would be paying, let's say, on the American side, but if I was working in Ireland, I would only be owing the US the extra amount that I would make, I would owe Ireland. So let's say that I owed America 30% and the Irish tax system was 40%, I would only owe the extra 10% to Ireland. Rather than paying 30 plus 40 is 70%, it would be more like 30% to the US and the extra 10% to Ireland. Again, you should consult your tax advisor for exactly how it breaks down, but the lesson here is that, sure, you will owe your home country taxation if you work there, but in terms of worldwide, so a lot of US people who have left the country but they still have citizenship, they still must file taxes, even if they haven't been in the home country in 20 years and shouldn't potentially fall in. Now, yes, there's a foreign earned income tax exemption. It's usually right now in the middle of the 100,000s, right, between 100 and 200,000. So the first amount of that you make, you don't pay tax. You've got to claim it. You've got to file it every year. You report to the US government, but usually you get that foreign earned income tax credit. However, it's really just the US and Eritrea. So for most other people, if you're, let's say, the UK, Australia, Mozambique, right? Most countries, you don't owe tax. Once you leave, get up and leave the country and you're gone, a significant amount of time, again, do check the actual country for specifics. But once you've left your home country for a significant amount of time, you're no longer in the tax pool. Apart from the US and apart from Eritrea, really you are only, if you're living in the Caribbean, if you're living in one of these islands that's the CBI program, you're not really paying tax in your home country. As long as you're not American, as long as you're not Eritrean, you're not paying tax. So it could be that you spend only a certain amount of time in multiple countries in a given year. You're not quite falling into the tax nets in these countries. Again,
You need to check because it's sometimes even more than just the number of days. The significant presence could be more to do with exactly like, well, you own several properties and, you have some business going on. It doesn't necessarily mean the number of days you're there. It gets more complicated. But, rule of thumb, ballpark is at least first look at the number of months of the year that you can be there before you fall into the tax system. But you would want to consult with a really good tax advisor in the particular country that you're concerned about paying tax. But again, it's very good if you can get this just right. You don't have to necessarily stay in the St. Kitts and Nevis to take advantage of the wonderful no tax system, practically no income tax, no inheritance tax, no capital gains tax, no wealth tax, right? You can do it just like that. So that's what's nice about it. And a little bit more about the specifics. I mean, it's such a powerful passport with visa-free access to over 155 countries, including Russia, right? That's quite rare. The UK and the EU, the European Union, amongst others. And it takes only about 6 months once the investment is made. Now, currently, as of March 2025, the price tag has gone up from what it once was, not so long ago, from about $100,000 to about $250,000 for a government donation, or $325,000 for residential investments. Again, you're going to have to look at the specifics at the time, what exact fund you need to donate to, and what exact residences would actually count. Usually the government has allocated a certain specific investments that they want you to invest in. Now, other countries offer cheaper, and some even offer more expensive options. Some have higher tax, some have more crime, some are in less desirable areas to live. It's up to you.
So, if you haven't heard of Andrew Henderson on Nomad Capitalist, definitely check him out. He's got a great book by the same title, Nomad Capitalist, and a great expression, which is go where you are treated best. I believe it was his father that coined that expression. Could have been. But anyway, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, definitely consider doing that. And as well, if you haven't subscribed to my own channel and you enjoy this video, then consider subscribing to my channel too. Well, at this point, guys, I'm going to just do what I should be doing, which is enjoying my vacation. I'm going back to relaxing. I'll see you in the next one.